As you can see guys, I've got my hose connections up. The one on my left is to go up through that garden bed and to the gate. The other one in the middle there is for the pond or watering the garden. The second one to the middle is to go to the pond, and the third one goes up through there, which has got a soaker on it and soaks both sides of the garden bed, and also goes out past that fence or underneath the fence and out to the front. Also soaks the front garden as well. Just go check on the pond. Now the pond's running. I'm actually filling up the small ponds, and it goes all the way down past the yucca plant here, and where the black plastic is, I'm going to put cactuses up there, but I've got to get some more rocks to fill up that spot. Trim back a bit of the agapanthus. As you can see, that hose there, I need to pull it back a little bit, or pull that piece of wood forward a bit, which fills up the pond here. Yeah, so the water flows down through there under those little rocks. I've tried to keep it as natural as possible, and then into the back here of the pond. I have got an overflow system here. If the pond gets a bit too much water, it will overflow where I'm standing. Hang on, I'll move my hand out the way there. Which in turn also waters. If I let it run a little bit too long and I forget, it's good in one way because it fills up this area here where I've just put some more plants in, and gives a bit more water, which is good. And also around here, and this plant's taken off, which is this one here. It's looking a lot better than what it did over the last 6 months ago. It's picked up really nice now, and hopefully this plant, which has copped a bit of sun, which I probably really should try and cover, but it seems to have picked up, and the water is actually helping that now. It'll bring it back a bit more. It cops a fair bit of sun here. I probably shouldn't, I can't move it. It's a native, so it will survive, it will come back. And I've got our grass reeds and stuff just here. I'm gonna put some more plants just here and there, and I've got a couple of plants earmarked for over there. Sorry, my hands are wobbling. That's the back of the pond. That's the water tap underneath that big rock over there, which sorts out how much water I need going up into the ponds. So yeah, that's working great now. Just thought I'd show you an update. So all the pond's running really good now. We've got it up and running and filled up the little ponds and with cement and put all the rocks around it, and the water flow is good, not losing any water now, which is great. I love the green tinge in the water. It's not mildew, it's just a well, you probably could say it's what do you call it, algae, green algae, but it makes it look natural in that bottom pond. We'll just work our way around to the back. And around this, and as I said, just here I'm going to put cactuses, but I've got to build it up a little bit at the bottom there. Water runs really good all the way down to the big pond at the back and back up to the top, so I'm happy with it. It looks good, it looks natural. Might put a few more cactuses down near that pig log there and on the other side, which will bring it up a little bit better. So it's sort of not finished in that way, but it's finished in the other way where I don't have to muck around with the water pump and that anymore. And the water flow here is good. Yeah, I built this myself and done a pretty good job, I think, guys. I'm getting it all together, getting all the pumps. I did have a bit of help relining the liner and getting everything sorted out. But yeah, it's come up really great. We have iris there, as well as I have irises near the pond, at the back of the pond there. Arlene's got her vegetables growing in there, silver beet and eggplant. That little white flower's just sprung up all of a sudden, which is good. Yeah, very difficult trying to put them in around the trellis. This is a miniature fig right in front of us, guys. Looks like it's struggling, so I might have to get some feed and put around it. And we've got a creeper, some sort of creeper Mum brought, and Mum's rose bush, which will come back up in full swing next year, or towards the end of this year, I should say. I'm actually going to try and leave that ivy grow around that stump. I don't know whether I'll let it grow right up, but we'll see how that goes. It might look more effective if I do. And I've got a bit of ivy. That's the remote control box for the pond. And that's the remote control for the pond. A and B. A's to the left is, hang on, A to the left is on and A to the right is off. Yeah, I know, guys, I've got bad hands this morning for some unknown reason. We've got, actually that's rhubarb, they're growing. The big flower, that's rhubarb. Arlene's got some other plants growing up the top there. It's a bit of a mess at the moment, so I won't show you. That's mint there, growing in between the citrus plant. And there are geraniums growing there. Got two different varieties. I've got geraniums up the top towards the back of the fence there as well. Comes out in pink flower and red flower. Up near Mum's bedroom, so she has nice flowers growing. It's taken its time growing. Actually, it looks like it's growing more than I think it is, so I've got to weed it around the trellis, so I'll have to do that after I finish this video. But yeah, hang on. I have my scooper, which takes out the tea tree that floats at the top there, and have my hose connections there, and that's the water one that fans. There are Arlene's plants growing there, looking really good. And down there, leftover tiles for the roof. They're ferns that grow. I've been trimming the side so they don't go over the footpath, and those are some sort of lily, and we have other varieties of plants up there too as well. This is my little sort of small miniature cactus garden with aloe vera and a plant that a bird has thrown in, and we've got little green vegetation around it. Sorry guys, that's lavender that's there, where that old bird bath is, which has got holes in it. Yeah, that'll come out purple flower soon. And there are agapanthus at the back. Another geranium. More geraniums, different style, red and purple and pink flower. And that's a conifer there. Excuse me guys, I've got to do something for Lane. I'm going to put citrus plants down near the pond there where it's bare, and that's a kangaroo paw under all those little green and white flowers. I've got some more cactuses going in, except where that walkway is going down to the bottom of the pond. I'll need that so I can walk around there. Cactus there. As I said, these are the two conifers that I planted out of the big pot plants that were at the front. That's another agapantha down there, and I've got another sort of a lily type with two rose bushes either side which need trimming back. That's our nectarine tree. As you can see, the nectarines are out and the birds have been at it, but this year I'm not worrying too much about covering it, because me and Arlene don't really eat nectarines that much, and neither does Mum, so it's in full bloom again, which is good. Come autumn it'll lose its leaves, and I'll probably trim it back a little bit more, but that's doing okay. We have our hot lips there, more rose. That's a lime tree, which, as you can see, still in the pot, and I haven't had a chance to put it in the ground yet. We have another lily. I think Mum calls those lilies there, variegated lilies. We have iris at the back, and there's another, we've got like a wandering type of plant where that little white thing is there at the back, and there's another what is it? It's another plant that creeps up the creep thing. It's like a creeper, so we'll cover that green trellis there. And Mum and Dad put this little red and green flowered plant here. There's one behind it as well. And we have continental Manchurian pear and crabapple here. It's a daisy bush. We've got strzelecki, which comes out, which is actually Aboriginal term for bird of paradise. It looks like a bird when it comes out in a full bloom. I don't know what's wrong with ours. I don't know whether it's planted in the wrong spot, but it seems to come out and flower for a little while and then die off. But we've got another bit down behind, just behind the apple. I'm trying to leave like a little footpath so I can walk around. I'll have to try and get Snowy out here so she can walk around here. So we're just at the bottom corner of our garden at the back, and yeah, that's a daisy bush at the back. And we've got 3 different types of rose bushes there. We've got hot lips there. We've got a carpet rose growing down the bottom there, guys, just in front of us, and more daisy bushes. Look, Snowy's here. Snowy's out. We also have my father's memorial garden with 3 yuccas and some flowers. I need to put some more flowers in there, and I need to, looks like Snowy's doing a bit of cutting back there for me. She's actually dropped a lot of weight, which is good. I gave her worm tablets and she's actually starting to look a lot better now, which is good. She had a bath and she looks nice and shiny. I also like to apologise, guys, for last night. No live stream. We had some storms and my internet was playing up, so I couldn't get on last night. So my full apologies to everyone. For no live stream last night. We had a bit of an electrical storm, and I don't know whether it sort of affected the whole of Sunbury and Melbourne, but like over the southeastern side of town, it had big hail, bigger than the size of a golf ball, probably about the size of a baseball if anything, yesterday. That's plant down there is a naked, what we call a naked lady, the one just there, excuse the fingers. We have got these little plants coming up too, which is good. And it just popped up birds of things, so it looks like I'm going to have to build a garden bed around there. I've been dropping our, hey guys, I've been using our vegetables and stuff like that, and then you can see something's probably been in the garden and moved it all the ways from each other. Probably the birds But we've been putting the vegetable cuttings on the garden, and then we'll just topsoil and do another lot and topsoil and do. So we've been fertilising the garden a different way. We're just trying new things. And we've got some ivy creeper there. Comes out in white flower, so it looks nice. But it's going down the back towards the fence, which I don't want. So I'll have to make it, cut it, bring it back a bit towards the bed again. It's just a matter of time. And that's our raised garden bed at the back there. I'll fix that up. Haven't had time to the last couple of days. It's pretty hard when you got a little one. Excuse the rubbish bin, but that's going to be put up near the house. And this is what I'm using as a compost heap here in the corner. And that's Mum's big plant there, which is coming on all right. I've also trying to grow the ivy up in here too. It used to have a fern in there, so we're sort of compensating with planting some ivy in there and let it grow down. Let it just hang down. Got some more little plants growing just there. They come out in a purple flower. I'll let them grow. For the first time, Snowy's actually relaxing, chilling out underneath the tree. Back to the memorial garden. I've got that one just down near the lady. I call it a little pine. It looks like a pineapple. I've got a little pineapple plant just down there. The lady's beneath the book near her skirt. And then we've got a lily and some flowers coming up. But that's Dad's memorial garden I built, and as you can see, I need to get around with the shovel and put some more soil on the garden again, bit of loose soil, but I'll do that next week. I'm not doing that this week. I've got plenty of other things I need to get out the way. That's their mum's orchids there at the back, and our bird bath, and another sort of a lily, and this is like a comes out in a red with a yellow. Just give me a second, I'll see if I can find the... Oh, here it is. Those leaves comes out all over the place with them. As you can see, it's grown up there straight behind. There's silver birches, these ones. This is the one that's struggling at the moment. It's like a it's the same as the one out the front, and it's just having a hard time this summer. Probably not enough water on it, which I should put some more on there. But we've had plenty of rain overnight, so it should be alright for today. And as you can see, we've got more geraniums. That's the train going past. More geraniums at the back there, the trees. And I've got another one growing in a pot down behind all those geraniums. And I've got another yucca there trying to grow, and another one there, and that's another conifer. Those two, this conifer and that conifer, were both in plants out the front, and they were struggling, they were dying. So I took them out and brought them around the back here and put them in the ground. That one's not growing as much, and this one's doing okay. This one I reckon will grow pretty high, which is good. We've got irises in there, and we've got a few other little plants in that planter box. We have these plants here, which I shredded back a fair bit, and we've got those two little trees, one there near the wall and one over there, which is starting to come up and looking good. And we have our lemon tree, which is so far got 2 lemons on it, one there and one there, and it's starting to blossom again, so we'll wait for them to come out. It's also growing at the bottom. We've been throwing a bit of vegetables and leftover mix into the soil. Actually probably needs a bit of a topsoil. I'm going to let that bottom growth grow and see how we go from there, see what happens. But yeah, it's starting to look alright. And that's our blueberry there next to the naked ladies. And we have hot lips. You trim them back just before I trimmed them back just before Christmas, and they come up again, which looks good. And we've got that purple one that also got a trim back. And I've got a couple of citrus ones there growing. So that's our garden, guys. Mummy's feeding CJ and herself. Lovely Philippine food. I've already had my breakfast. I'll just go in here for a second. Snowy's bed. I'll show you. That's Happy Wanderer there. It's growing on the fence. Sorry, that's Free and Easy. That's Happy Wanderer growing up there. So Mum's got plenty of lovely plants. That's a camellia, which really needs a bit of a pick-me-up at the top there. Have to do that, get a bigger stake. I got Mum's lilies growing in there, and that one that's come out now is a Aussie Mates that come out in a yellow flower, which looks good. And this is the plant I was telling you that was at the front. It's starting to come back a bit dry at the back, but it's had plenty of water, probably needs a bit more. When they're planted in pots, you really need to give a bit more water, guys, more than what you really need to do. Not over water them, but just enough to keep them going. It's one bad thing about pots. They need a lot of water, and that's Mum's other plant. I don't know what that is. It's a creeper, and it'll grow lovely on there. Cops a lot of sun. Sometimes it dies off a bit, but When it gets a lot of water, it picks back up and it's out in flower. We have Darlene's cactus there too. Geranium, another plant there which I don't know. As I said, if I don't know them, I won't mention the name. And we have a few more down there. We have a geranium there, which I will feed through the trellis. And Mum's other little plant there that's growing, that was fully bushed. It came out in a full bush, but now all of a sudden it seems to have died down. It's an azalea there, another sort of a planted lily there, I think, and Mum's other plant which I had to pull out the way because it looked like it got too much sun.